Okay guys, it's Saturday. I just finished up a video of that Kawasaki, but I'm excited. It's time to get back to the CR250 project. So you saw the last video. If you haven't, please watch it. Here's the current condition of the motor. So everything's getting back together. Cases are put together, trans is in, crank is in. So we're gonna keep going with this build. Right now we're gonna tackle getting this clutch basket actually removed from the gear because we got to reuse the stock gear for the new clutch basket. So let's get into it. Welcome to the channel. So I'm sure all of you guys have at least once in your life bought a new clutch basket, or if you haven't, you're gonna learn something about it. So when you buy an aftermarket clutch basket, you're not gonna get the gear that is needed to go on the back of it. You have to remove that from your stock basket. Now the reason a clutch basket wears out, there's multiple reasons, but here's the number one reason. You can see on the edge right here, your plates are actually wearing almost a staircase pattern. So when this happens, your bike's not gonna shift into neutral well. It's gonna more or less just feel funny when you're using the clutch. It's not gonna operate correctly at all because the plates are gonna be stuck together. So to get this gear off of here, I'm gonna show you guys my technique. I've been doing this for over 20 years. Just how I drill the rivets out to pop this off of here. It's pretty simple, but follow along if you wanna learn how I do it. So first thing, grab a drill bit. I'm gonna go right forward the 1/2 inch drill bit. If you guys don't have a drill press, you can do this by hand. I prefer to use a drill press. Do it on a soft surface. You don't want to break these, obviously. Just be real careful when you're doing it. Make sure it's nice and flat. A piece of cardboard works great on a steel bench. You can press it in. I didn't want to chance it and crack one of these, so just very carefully tap it in. Make sure your washer is all the way seated. I don't want to see that thing moving around still. So as long as those teeth are just pushing up against it just gently, that's good enough. Stop right there. You can see that was installed pretty clean. Okay guys, motor's back on the bench. Time to put the seals in. We get all the seals in, we're gonna start cleaning some of these other parts. I have a couple cameras going for time lapse so you can see that. That's gonna be in fast forward though. It's nothing real exciting about that. Yeah, we're gonna be getting this thing back together and installing the clutch basket that we just finished up. The clutch plates are currently soaking in some oil. Okay guys, as you can see from the time lapse, little update of where we are. But, quick tip, so I noticed some of these threads were a little bit, I'd say buggered up, not terrible, really just the first two. So I ran a tap through it, and you're also gonna find that sometimes some crud actually collects in these back holes here. So anything from old clutch material, old transmission material, I've seen just about everything get stuck in there. So when you do this, just be sure to blow everything out, all your nooks and crannies, just get everything blown out really good. As you can see, when we washed the cases, everything was removed out of the motor. The bike is a 2003, so we're making sure it's clean. But I've seen where guys that put motors back together and they would immediately have metallic chunks floating around in there and doing damage to the new bearings. So we make sure that they're clean before we put them back together. So it's time to get the clutch in. Couple tools you're gonna need. Clutch basket holding tool. That's to grab the inner hub. Of course, a torque wrench. So we choose Snap-on for our torque wrenches. We've had great luck with them. You torque your nut. Don't forget to bend the tabs over. Also, make sure you insert your clutch rod. Make sure it engages to the clutch arm. See it moving. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna torque that up and keep going. Hey guys, it's Sunday. Forgot the AC on, so it's like 45 degrees in here. Gotta love that. Anyway, back to the video. Here's where we left off. So I'm gonna get into doing the clutch cover. I'm gonna rebuild the water pump, and we're gonna start getting the top end installed. Things to look for on an old water pump. Obviously, other than seals wearing, you're actually gonna have some excessive wear on your shaft. So if you can catch your fingernail on there, it's time to replace it. So here's a brand new OEM water pump shaft, bearing and seals, and the crush washer that goes under the impeller. This is definitely the way to go. Just get years of use out of it by doing this. When you're installing your base gasket, take a razor blade, scrape off where the gasket is sticking through. And after you're done, just put a little dab of silicone right here on each side. Just ensures that there's no leaks right here. Cylinder and head were actually in decent shape. Bike had a clean bore on it, so I'm gonna run a hone through there and just freshen it up, and we're gonna get all this stuff glass beaded, ready to go. Now you do not want to gloss bead any of your gasket surfaces, especially on the head. So I'm going to bolt the head back on just for now as we run the glass bead over the outside of the cylinder. There it is, fresh out of the glass bead cabinet. Big difference. So I'm gonna get the RC valve cover, glass bead it up too, and then we're gonna just start doing some cleaning. The power valve actually was in pretty good shape. It wasn't really that dirty, so I'm just gonna do some light cleaning on it. Everything moved correctly, so whoever had this, it seems like they ran decent oil through it, so nothing was really too gummed up. It's kind of a cool look. For the life of me, I cannot find my ball hone, so I'm going with this old school straight hone with the straight stones on it. It's gonna work just fine. You just have to be careful when you're going back and forth across the ports. So I'll spray a little WD-40 in there. And guys, this isn't actually gonna cut the Nickel plating that's in here. This is more or less just gonna clean it up, remove any carbon, remove any deposits, get it completely smooth. Keep my hand at the end, make sure I'm not sticking it out. You really can't be scared of it. Even if it bumps your finger, it's not a big deal. But low RPM, in and out fast. It's gonna give a nice angle on the cut. And again, it's not actually cutting, it's just cleaning. Now it's cleaning time. I like to use Dawn dish detergent in a spray bottle. I'm not gonna be able to take a video of this, but I am gonna scrub it out and blow it off. There it is, guys. Hard to tell, but cleaned up real nice. Always a good idea to check your ring end gap. When you buy these pistons, they come with some instructions, so you can actually read up on that and figure out how to do that. So I'm gonna make sure that's in spec and go from there. Another tip, guys, as simple as taking a paper towel, you can squirt some 2-stroke oil on it. Even after washing it in the sink, you're gonna see some grit still come off the cylinder bore. So I go through and I wipe it until it comes out completely clean. Also, double check your piston. Make sure it is drilled for the exhaust bridge. If not, you're gonna have some hot spots and seizing issues right here. So this piston came drilled, so we're good to go. There it is, guys. So everything moves freely. You can move your piston up and down, holding your flywheel. Everything looks good. On to the next step. Okay guys, we're gonna end the video right there. It's Sunday, it's time to go mow the lawn. The day's going by pretty quick. Check this thing out. Really came together nice. Stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna be getting the chassis together. We're gonna get the motor in the chassis. We're gonna install our triple clamps and pretty much go from there. If you like 2 strokes, subscribe to our channel. There's a bunch of them coming. Thanks for the support, guys.